She asked me to write her a song. She asked me, so I played along. I played loud and I played clear, but only she could hear my lover. She asked me to write it all down, put out my feelings right now. And I hit hard and I hit home, but only she could know my lover. My lover, oh my lover. Oh, she asked me to write her a song. And after she asked me where I came from, and she's still in my mind and she lives in my song. But it's over now. She asked me to write and it's done. She asked me to make something new, created from nothing brand new. I did her proud, she shed a tear, and if now she were here, I'd love her. My lover, I'd love her. Yeah. She asked me to make it untold, turn pen and paper to gold. And I played loud and I played clear, but only she could hear my lover. Yeah. Something like that. And she asked me to write her a song. And after she asked me where I came from, and she's still in my mind and she lives in my song. But it's over now. She asked me to write and it's done. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's done, yeah.
Very nice,
Yeah?
very nice.
She asked me.
She asked me, and that's from the new record.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this is Sean Perry with VintageRock.com. I'm sitting here with Simon Townshend. How you doing, Simon?
Good.
Great.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
Well, of course, you not only play with your brother's band, The Who, and you've been playing with them since 1996, but you've also maintained a fairly busy solo career. You've got, I believe, well over a half dozen solo albums of your own.
Yeah.
And your latest is Looking Out, Looking In on
Yeah.
Eagle Rock Records, coming out on November 2nd.
That's right, yeah.
Simon, great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us today. So for the last few years, I mean, you've been busy touring with The Who, and you did some touring with Roger Daltrey. How are you fitting all this, with all this activity, how are you fitting in the time to make a
Solo
record?
stuff. Well, you know, touring with The Who is not full on. I mean, they've been on and off. They tend to do 5 weeks on and 6 months off. And Roger's touring was a bit more full on, but you know, there's always time if you make the time to write. The difficult time to write would be while you're actually on the road, because when you're on the road, your head is full of the music that you're working on, and especially my brother's music. It's very catchy, and so it sticks in your mind, you know.
Right.
So you tend to wake up with "Love Rain Over Me" or me, as Roger would say, or you know, some of the hits, they tend to stick in your mind. So what I do is I get home and I just clear my mind and do it all when I'm at home, you know.
Okay.
I do get some ideas on the road, but they tend to be just things that you jot down, or little riffs that you record on your iPhone or something.
I mean, you do have some incredible songs. You got the title track and Forever and a Day, Something New, and then the single, I believe, A Bed of Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the process essentially, when you're off the road, that's when your time
Yeah, and I do get a fair amount of time at home. I mean, I probably tour, I would say, 3 to 4 months of the year. So, you know, this gives you plenty of time to be creative.
Now, a lot of these songs, you've got videos out, you've got some of the downloads available.
Yeah.
And now the album, how many songs is going to be on the album?
There's 10 tracks on the album.
10 tracks on the album.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I mean, they probably span back about 2-3 years when I started writing them. That's the other thing is also, you know, I haven't rushed a record out. And that's important. Having said that, I've got a new album almost in the can now.
Oh, another
one.
one.
Just had an incredibly creative period in the last sort of few months. Yeah, so it's good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do have a very unique sound, but I don't think you'd mind me saying there. We hear a little of your brother's, especially in your singing, a little bit of your brother's voice. How much of an influence does he have?
Well, I mean, he was a heavy influence as a child. There's like a 15, 16-year age difference between us. But, you know, when I was growing up, it was all around my house, you know. And my dad was a saxophonist as well. My mum was a singer, so the house was very musical, and I had a music room in the house. Because I, from a very early age, I knew what I wanted to do. But now I can see that Pete was an influence on that, but my father was also very much, you know, he could see I had a talent for, I played a lot of piano as a kid, and he was always saying, you know, you keep writing, write music, it's your future, and Pete would give me guitars and sort of broken ones, stuck back together more often than not. And yeah, it's just something that I knew I wanted to do, and I think The Who and Pete's writing were always going to be an influence on me. Yeah, I do sort of try and have my own sound and my own style, as obviously, because the comparisons are always going to be drawn, and the more unique I can be, the better it is for my career.
Absolutely. Well, I was going to say, I mean, the record has a very modern, kind of edgy sound, really. Yeah. That's kind of been lacking from Pete's music. I mean, it's almost like you're making the kind of records that I kind of wish he was making.
Well, I can't comment on that. Pete did a great album a few years ago with The Who.
Right. Endless Wire.
Yeah.
Which you had a big hand in on, I believe.
I think I produced a couple of tracks before that, Red Red Wine and Real Good Looking Boy.
Right.
And they were on the Then and Now album.
That's right.
And they were really good tracks. I loved those songs.
Endless
Wire was more Pete's baby. And he did a lot of it at home. And Pete's always very hands-on, and he likes demos. He likes doing things in, you know, where he's got a control on it. And I think taking it into the studio may have been a good move, but then it's less personal, you know. So what you've got on that record is a very personal Pete Townshend. Although it's The Who, there's a lot of him in there.
Well, personally, I thought it was a much better final Who record, if in fact it is the final Who record, than It's Hard from the early 80s. I thought, you know, it just seemed a little more thought out.
Yeah,
I thought it was a really good album. I mean, I'm a big Who fan, so
cool,
I was happy to hear a nice, good, new Who album after all these years.